Hello everyone. This video is part of a series where we are exploring TypeScript's features with the help of a React application. Our main goal is to learn how to better type our code in order to improve confidence and velocity in development. In these introduction videos, we are using the online TypeScript playground. So I always start with a fresh console or a fresh file, and I clear the console before because we don't need any persistence here. Later on, we will start working with the React application and we will properly commit our code. So in the previous video, we have discussed these 6 types: the unknown, any, void, null, undefined, and never. And what I want to discuss with you today is the object. So in JavaScript, with the ES 2015 syntax, it became much easier to work with classes, which also pushes us to work more with objects. Now, what is an object in JavaScript? If you don't remember, I can simply create any object. Const my object is equal to a set of curly braces and then a bunch of attributes. Attribute 1 is going to be, let's say, hello. Attribute 2 is going to be world. Attribute 3 is going to be a date, for example, like so. So this is an object. I can have attributes and I can also have methods or functions assigned to a certain key in my object. So I could say print hello world, like so, and then I could say console.log this.attr1 plus a white space plus this.attr2. And now if down here I call my object.print hello world, I should see hello world on the screen, right? And the this keyword in JavaScript is a very important keyword, and it's very important to understand how it works. In the case of an object, whenever I have a method here and I call the this keyword, this keyword is going to refer to the whole object, right? So now I can access the attr1 and attr2 from within the function. So this is a basic object in TypeScript. And if I hover over my object here, as you can see, TypeScript already derived the types of each of the attributes of my object. So remember all the little types that we saw in the previous videos. The string, the date we didn't see, but this is a complex type and it's just like any other type, is saying, okay, this has to be a date object. And the function, which has a return type of void. So TypeScript is able to derive the shape of an object based on, or by the process of type inference, and based on the value that we assign to this object at the start of its, or at its definition, right? So this is how an object looks like in JavaScript. Let's see how we can start defining some of the shapes of our objects. Now, as you can see, there are 2 ways, or you cannot see it yet, so I'll just delete this whole thing. There are 2 ways of defining the shape of an object. Remember that we said that type inference is going to be used very rarely. We will use type inference only when we have basic types like string or number, or even a date can be considered a basic type. But whenever we have a complex object, we will always define its structure by using some TypeScript functionality. And this can be either an interface or a type alias. To define the shape of a certain object using an interface, we use the following syntax: the keyword interface, then the name of the interface, then a set of curly brackets, and within these curly brackets, the different attributes that we want to define, as well as their types: string, number, an array of strings. And here, this would be a product category of type enum product category. If we use a type alias, the syntax is slightly different, meaning that now we need to use an equal sign here. and the keyword type, but the process is pretty much the same. So as I mentioned a few videos ago, I prefer working with types for defining the shape of an object and with interfaces for defining a public contract that a certain class should implement. Now, this is a matter of personal preference, and you will see most of the cases they will use always or most of the time interfaces. To be honest with you, the implementation and the changes in the code are minimal between the two, so it's really how you choose to proceed here. If you prefer to work with the keyword interface, then go ahead with it. If you prefer to work with the keyword type, then you can also use type. I prefer to use type, so you will see me using type more often. So let's start creating the shape of this object, and actually let's delete this because this object is very general, right? So let's start working with a product type. So I'll define a type product, and for my product I will have a name or a title, which has to be of type string. I will have a price, which has to be of type number. I will also have a bunch of tags, which are going to be an array of strings. I will have a category, and here maybe I can define the enum again on the top, or I can use the union type. Let's use the union type here, because now we want to get more used with the type keyword. Let's say type product category is equal to electronic, just to do something different. Or what was the other one? Computer, or clothes, or kitchen, right? Like so. So now I can use this product category to my category attribute in my product. And I also want to define, let's say, we could think about a method here that we would like our product to implement. That could be print product summary. And this is going to be a function which is going to return void. Okay? And is not going to receive any parameters. Now let's say I want to create a new variable. So const my product is of type product. And as you can see, I'm using the exact same syntax as we used before for our string, number, boolean, and any other basic type examples. But now you see the Typescript starts to complain. First, that I need to initialize. But even if I try to initialize as an empty object, Typescript is saying, oops, wait a second, this empty object is actually missing the following properties from the type product. You need to provide a title, you need to provide a price, you need to provide some tags, you need to provide, a category, and you need to provide an implementation for the print product summary. So let's go ahead and let's start implementing them. So the title is going to be TV maybe. The price is going to be 500, whatever currency you are working with. The tags can be something like, let's get a nice TV, 4K TV, and 65 inches, like so. Flat screen, so LED maybe, that's also a tag, right? And then we have a category. Now the category of my TV is going to be electronic, right? So remember, I need to be within the realm or within the set of these 4 values. If I try anything else, Typescript will start to complain, right? It will say that the value is not assignable to type product category. So electronic, like so. And then I'm still missing something, right? If I hover over here, it's saying that the property print product summary is missing in the type, blah, 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 but required in the type product. So what I'm going to do is I will define an implementation for this function print product summary. And here I will just say console.log. And let's use the backticks here. Title, so I will interpolate the value of this .title, and this is how we do interpolation in JavaScript. So we need to use these backticks, and then we can use $, curly brackets, or curly braces, I don't remember what's the correct way of saying it, and then this .title. We can also add a colon here, and let's say that our price of 500 or this .price is in dollars, right? So I'll say just a $, here, and I believe I need to escape the $. So now it's going to be $500.00, like so. Now I have a valid product initialized to my product. And if I want, I can simply say my product.print product summary. So let's see what this is going to print on the TV. Exactly, this is going to print TV $500, right? So this is how we type objects in TypeScript. We can define their shape, and then we can say that a certain variable is going to be of the type product, right? So now we need to define all the different elements of this type product. What happens if I try to implement something else? What happens if I say print product tags, like so? As you can see, TypeScript will start to complain because print product tags is not allowed, is not defined in our product type, right? So we are not allowed to define additional types or additional attributes and methods that are not defined in our original type. So this is the very basics, very concise introduction to how we are going to type objects in TypeScript. We will come back to this in the next video. We will explore a little bit more this construct here of the type product, and we will see a few different things we can do with it in order to make it a little bit more flexible. Okay? If you want to receive notifications about new videos every time I upload them, then just make sure to subscribe to the channel. I am uploading videos almost every day, and at least 2 videos per day. And every time a new video or new content is out there, you will get a small notification. And also, if you're interested in any topic related to development, make sure to write it down in the comments, and I'll take that into account when planning the future series of this channel. If you see some topic that you are also interested in is already present in the comments, just vote with a thumbs up, and I will also take into account how important the topic is for most of you, right? So if there is a certain topic that has 200 upvotes, then I think, okay, there are a lot of people interested in this. Let's make a nice series and explore this topic in details. So thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.